All right, we should be live. Just gonna double check and make sure that
Shush.
we are. Okay, we should be good.
Yay! Lighting better.
I know now with it getting darker later, lighting's a lot more trickier.
I know. There you go. Let's try that.
All right. So we are talking about Six of Crows. And I'm so excited for Cookie Kingdom next.
I'm very excited.
I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars.
Same.
Okay. Do you want to talk about, like, go into characters first and then go into plot point?
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Okay, so who is your favorite character?
Nina.
Yeah, so she definitely was my favorite too. And I think that's like, hello, the sass. Like, give me any sassy character and I'm here for it.
Yes, agreed.
For who is your least favorite?
Probably Kaz, honestly. I
know I didn't connect with him as much. I feel bad that I didn't connect with him as much because everybody seems to love him. And I felt like I was missing out on that.
Yeah, he wasn't my favorite. It's funny because I would have thought that, like, Jesper or Waylon, because, well, we don't get a lot of Waylon, but I feel like he's going to be probably really important in the second book. But, like, for example, with Jesper, at first I thought he was, like, kind of boring. We weren't getting much of him until the very end. But when we got bits of him, I loved him. He was snarky, sassy, feisty, like, kind of the male version of Nina. Not as much as Nina, but, like, I really enjoyed his character, even though we didn't get as much of him. So, yeah, Kaz was my least.
So, I think Kaz is also my least, just because, like, he's supposed to be the aloof character. You're not supposed to, like, connect with him until later on in the book because he's meant to be, like, the puppet master type of person.
Yeah, so, agreed.
I think because of that aspect, I wasn't able to connect with him as much.
Yeah.
Matthias actually surprised me how much I connected and liked with him. Yeah. I think that's a big part of, like, if he wasn't paired up with Nina, I don't think that I would have cared for him.
No, I really liked Matthias a lot, actually. He was, I would say he's my third favorite. Well, I liked him and Nina together so much that it's hard to decide who I liked more, Matthias or Inej, but I loved Inej.
Yep.
So I'm between, yeah, Nina's my favorite, and then I think Inej and Matthias are, like, right there. Then I would say Jesper, then I guess Kaz or Wylan, and then Kaz. I don't know. I feel bad saying that I didn't like Wylan because we just didn't get enough of him.
I can't believe Wylan is that far down on your list. I really liked him. Like, we didn't get enough of him, but I like that he's, like, kind of the underdog. So yes. I like that we get that aspect. And then
the romance.
Yes.
The foreshadowing romance.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised that was in there?
I thought that they were going to I thought that there was actually going to act on the romance. Like, I mean, she's alluding to it, but I actually thought that there was going to be, like, some sort of kissing. I don't think any characters kiss in this book.
Oh, I think you're right. I don't think that anybody actually did.
No.
Which is a huge, like, shout out to the writing for how much we feel for the characters, even though there's no, like, actual physical chemistry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But,
hi,
like,
Haley.
No, hey.
So Haley says she really liked Matthias too, but Nina's favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. Nina's hard to beat.
So I think my rating of favorite characters would be Nina. She's always gonna be my favorite.
Yeah, agreed.
Inej, probably Jesper,
I really like Jesper.
and then a tie for. They're all three tied. I can't have a bottom.
I know. Well, see, I like Matthias because he has a reason for being how he is. He was like, we hate him for how he thinks, but he was brought up that way. And it's so hard for him to change his mind, you know? But
I feel that.
I love him for like trying to go against what he knew.
He definitely has the most character growth in the whole book.
Yeah, he does.
I also would say Wylan's got pretty good character growth too.
Yeah. I think Kaz does too as well, actually.
Yeah, you see him go through some struggles and deal with his past. But I feel like Matthias, you really got to see like him going to like from hating to accepting that his entire ideology was probably wrong.
And like basically going against his mentor.
Yes. I would also say Wayland has a really good character arc as well in this, because we get to see him kind of like stand up to his father and not have that. I'm going to segue here for a minute. I could not believe, like, I was heartbroken when we got to the part where we talked to his father and he is talking about like that the letters were basically mocking him because he couldn't read. And I was like ready to die for Wayland at that point. And I was like, I was so not expecting that. Like I had so many other theories in my head about like what those letters were. And I Trevor kind of hinted that there was a same-sex romance in here. And I was like, or there's a same-sex character, because usually I favor same-sex characters in anything. So
yeah. So really quick, Haley says this is her third time reading the book.
Yes, I could totally see myself rereading.
Yeah, I'm going to reread this 100%.
So I was not. I had so many theories of maybe that was the issue, was that he was gay, that his father like disowned him or something like that, and like wanted him to carry on the line. I really thought it would have something to do with that, and I kept theorizing that, and I could not predict that it was going to be that he couldn't read. And I was like heartbroken for him.
I know. That was a really sad, like, were you expecting the guy to betray them? The one that hired them? No, not Jesper. I don't consider that a betrayal. He was just stupid and let something slip. Like when Kaz was like, you were the betrayer, I was like, what? And then when like it was explained, I was like, oh, that's not betrayal. He was just dumb and let something slip. But no, Wayland's dad, like when he hired Kaz coming, that he was like going to betray them at the end. And I'm assuming he's the villain for Crooked Kingdom.
I wasn't expecting it, but it doesn't surprise me either.
I feel the same way.
Especially after we like actually met the dad. I'm like, well, you're an asshole. Like,
oh, for sure.
So I was like, well, it fits right in with character. Were you surprised? Like, so many feels for this book, first of all. When they were with his dad and talking about Jesper not knowing that Wayland wasn't on the boat, and like that whole scene, I was not expecting that at all. I was like I felt so bad for Jesper that he was like freaking out and like thinking that Wayland was like he died on the boat when they did the explosion. I was like,
him and Nina, right? Him and Nina.
Which I was more upset about. And Nina's still my favorite character, but in that scene when I thought that they had exploded, I was more upset about Wayland because I could feel Jesper like heartbreaking. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I know.
I love that. So I don't know if you're following all of like the Grishaverse stuff on book Twitter.
Probably not. I might be a little bit.
They were talking about how it's been confirmed. I don't know if it's in Crooked Kingdom or if it's just something from Leigh Bardugo, but she said Jesper is bi or pansexual. Like he's interested in both genders. He's not just gay, which I'm like, we don't get very many characters that classify as that. They're either straight or gay. So I like that we have that divide. And I could like after I saw that, I was picking up on so much stuff how he's written in Six of Crows, because he kind of admires women, but also he like made that comment like about like men as well, and I was like, I love this. I love that it's like a subtle thing that they're not discussing who they're sexually attracted to. It's just a normal thing. It doesn't have to be labeled, and I really like that aspect of it.
Yeah, I agree. I really I think that's gonna be an interesting twist. Yeah, I'm so mad. I won't say anything that I know the ending of Crooked Kingdom. I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, don't spoil it for me because I love these books.
I won't spoil it. But it's hard because now I'm like going into the Crooked Kingdom and I'm kind of like, I know what's gonna happen.
Do you not like the ending?
Oh
no! Oh no! Wait, is it because they're not tied up in a bow?
Okay, so I don't want to. I know I'm not spoiling.
But is that why you're upset? Is because it's not tied up?
Not necessarily, because I actually don't know how it ties up. I just know. I know one big detail. What?
A piece of the puzzle.
Well, no. I don't know. I don't want to say.
Oh God! Now I'm so nervous.
Haley
says, right from the end, I remember nothing from Crooked Kingdom.
I know what happens to one of the characters. Let's leave it at that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm already so attached to everybody that I'm like, oh.
I know.
Okay, who can I accept them dying?
I didn't say dying. I didn't say that they died.
Worst case scenario here.
Didn't say that they died. I just said that, like, I know something that happens to one of the characters. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to put that aside for a minute before I freak out.
So don't go on Goodreads, because like I literally was like going on Goodreads and I can't remember what I was looking for, but I was on Goodreads and it was like the very first review of Crooked Kingdom on I was looking to see how many stars it was for Crooked Kingdom, and I look on it and it's like it's the very, very first review of Crooked Kingdom, and it says this has spoilers, but it's not hidden. And right below that, it says blank. And I was like, what?
Why would you write that on the Six of Crows one?
I think they I'm sorry, Crooked Kingdom.
Oh, I think they meant to Crooked Kingdom.
I wanted to see how many stars it was because I had just finished Six of Crows. So I was curious which one people liked more.
Playing with fire.
Well, I didn't think people would be like ending, like, because usually if there's spoilers, you can hide your review. And I guess maybe the person meant to hide it, but didn't. I don't know.
Oh, we need to have a Goodreads etiquette video.
We really do. I'm going to see if it's hidden right now. I mean, I already know, so I'm curious now.
No, you're going to find something else and it's going to make it worse.
I just wanted to know how many stars it had. I was just curious if people liked it.
Gabby is too curious for her own good.
I know. No, I'm just kind of like.
So you're unhappy with what you found out?
It could be worse.
Are you unhappy with the way the plot went, or I don't know. Don't tell me. There's too many. I'm getting curious. Okay.
I won't. By the way, so the review's gone. It's not there anymore.
Oh, so maybe someone just posted it and then someone else reported it.
Yeah, it's possible it got removed.
Well, good.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. Yeah, it's not there. So you're safe. But you know, like Goodreads, like they don't hide the reviews. So if you scroll down, you see people's reviews. And sometimes I like to see like who my friends are that read it and what they rated it. You know, because typically people don't put the
Etiquette
ending,
review. We need
ending of a series as their first sentence in their review.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No,
anyways,
I'm not even going on Goodreads.
That's my tangent. That is my tangent.
Okay. Oh, there's so much to talk about in this book that I don't even know where to start.
Because it's so good.
Do we think Nina is going to relapse and do like hit the serum again?
No. Yes and no. I think she's going to relapse, and then I think she's going to come out of it.
Because at the end of the book, we saw her being like skin and bones, like from that perspective of her like being unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if there's like how the formatting is going to be for Crooked Kingdoms, if we're going to see the like gap of what has happened in between the last time we saw them and the time that they were like all meeting there. Mm-hmm. If we're going to like get that update, or if it's going to start just from that up, like when they're all there making that deal.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I actually have two theories. I feel like it's going to get separated into groups, and I feel like one group is going to go rescue Inej, and one group, and I'm just saying this like theories, not because I know the ending. Like this has nothing to do with that. Like I have no idea about this part. I have no idea what the plot's about. But I have a feeling that like part of the group is going to go save Inej, and the other part is going to go look for a cure for Nina, because like Inej is gone, so they're back to 6 now because they have Billier by the guy's son. Yeah, they have his son. So him, I'm thinking him, Matthias, and maybe like Waylon are gonna go and like try and help Nina like find a cure, and then maybe like Kaz and Jesper and maybe like somebody else is going to try and go rescue Inej. I don't know.
You think Jesper and Waylon are going to end up separated?
No, maybe not. I want some heat in this next book.
I also really like the dynamic between Kaz and Matthias. I think that's a very interesting dynamic between them.
So good.
And that scene when he this is the scene that made me like Kaz, and he like got some upper rating because I really didn't care about him that much. Mm-hmm. Haley, let us know if you like Kaz or not, or maybe we're just the odd ones out. But the scene that I really connected with Kaz was when they were having that duel and he didn't have a gun and Matthias was the only one with a gun, and he's like, you have your option, you could kill me, and he's like, you never really had this option, and he like slapped his foot on the gun and it like flipped up in his hand, and I was like, he just got so much cooler.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I appreciate that because I
think Kaz
mastermind.
I think Kaz has some tricks up his sleeves. I think although Kaz is the main, honestly, I don't think he's necessarily the main character. There are so many, like, I would say this is a really well divided. Yes. Okay. So he's a leader. Even though he's the leader, I feel like we see less development from him. He's the most mysterious. Like we get a little bit of his past, but he's the most mysterious as far as like what he can do, you know? Like we know Inej is acrobatic and she can do all this stuff. We know Nina, like obviously like now her powers are even more broad. We even got into Jesper's and we know how his is very limited which I loved, by the way. I loved that change. But Kaz, we don't really know. He does things that I'm like, so he, he has a limp, but then he like does these things where I'm like, I don't know. I like him. I like that he's very mysterious, and I want to see him be like super. I feel like he can be a really badass character, and I want to see that.
Same. I feel like we definitely get to see his way that his mind works, and he's definitely the leader because he's the mastermind of it all, and I really like that we get to see that aspect of it. I wish because his role in it is he's the mastermind and the manipulator.
Mhm.
Haley says she's not really sure about him, just don't know him. Yeah, see, it's the same thing. We need more. It says that
He's going to be that nothing wrong with his hands.
I mean, technically, there isn't anything wrong with his hands. He just can't take the touch of humans, of anything on his skin.
Mm.
So his hands are perfectly fine. It's just the trauma that he has with his memories.
Yeah, you're right.
So when they were in the shower,
ambiguous. Mm-hmm.
When they went in the shower and they were talking about like, even Jasper was like, "Well, I was expecting talons or something," and I was like, "There's nothing there." Like, really? I was so mad because I was expecting like burns or something because he's like built up this entire reputation on like his gloves and his cane. And
well, I thought we knew there was nothing because he takes them off when he's next to Inej, and she even says, "Why does he wear them?" Remember at the very beginning?
Yeah, but I just thought like she had accepted whatever was wrong with them. Like,
oh no, I assumed that there was nothing there because I don't know, maybe I'll go back and like reread it and like pay better attention.
Well, I just thought that like they had known each other for so long that she like didn't think of anything like that's something to hide type of thing.
Yeah, fair enough. I was just so engrossed in the plot that like I feel like I skipped over a few details.
Because it's like you just can inhale it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Were you surprised at how young they were? Because I was not.
Yeah.
Like
Kaz is like, they act like they're like, Inej is 16. Kaz is 18, 17.
Yeah, 17 or 18.
I know. It's crazy.
And they're also like aged.
I know. Which I think I would have preferred it better if they were in their early 20s or mid 20s. I think.
Yeah, but they already act like they're 19 and 20. You know, like, that's what
I know.
Haley just said too.
Yeah, like that's why I think it would have been nice for them to actually be that, unless she did it on purpose. And like,
I wonder if it's the whole like young adult genre thing that they.
Yeah, because this was written in, when was this written? Because new adult is just now starting to become a huge thing, like recently.
I also think new adult has kind of been pigeonholed into romance. I don't really see new adult that's not romance.
That's stupid. So this was written in 2015. New adult was like kind of up and coming.
Yeah. So I guess with that, with them being 16, they all had rough childhood. Do you think that that played a part into the fact that they act so much older, even though they're young? That like maybe that's how she's skating around that age range?
Yeah, for sure. I'm wondering if that's like, yeah, definitely.
So I never really thought of them as being that young. And we don't really see them, like, especially with their sexual, I don't know, history, that we don't really see them, like, have that awkward, shy, like, 16-year-old, like, butterflies, first love type of thing. Like, they're so far past that it's like, I don't really know if they ever really were relatable for 16-year-olds.
Yeah. That's why, like, I don't know. I wish that she had made them a little bit older because they act so much older.
Yeah. I think just putting in that notion that they're 16 and 17 kind of like was a wrench in it, being like, what?
I know.
And kind of took you out of the story.
I'm like, where are your parents?
Yeah.
Well, how's Matthias?
He's the same age as Kaz, because in there, when they were talking about the age ranges, they said he's no older than I am or something like that.
Oh my gosh, Matthias hit me as like 23.
Yeah, right? I think Matthias is 18 and Kaz is 17, and then everybody else is 16 and 15.
Waylon is 15.
Yeah.
See, it's hard for me to like get on board with like 15-year-olds and like romance. I mean, I know what happens. It's like, 15-year-olds do have romance, but it's hard for me to be like.
But that totally makes sense with them not being intimate.
That's true.
But how the hell did, I don't know, it's so mixed because it's like,
because
they're so wise beyond their years.
I know, I want some steamy scenes, but I don't want steamy scenes with a 15-year-old in a book.
Yes, I feel that.
I'm past that age where, like, okay, it needs to be in their 20s.
Yeah, that's like acceptable.
Yeah.
How did Jesper rack up that much debt if he's only 16? Like,
Just
when did
gambling.
he start then?
Yeah, you're right.
Or was it like,
and I'm assuming
raked? Like, I need more backstory on that.
Yeah, and I'm assuming gambling is not illegal at 16 now, maybe. Well, maybe it could be.
Well, that, and like, it's not like any of them really did anything legal anyways. I mean, they were all
That
thieves.
is true. I know, that is true.
And Inej, like, basically worked in a whorehouse.
I know. Her story is heart-wrenching. Which
one, like, tugged at your heartstrings the most out of everybody?
Sorry.
Because I do like that we get to have all the backstories, and it didn't feel like info dumping. She did that really well.
Okay, what was your question again? Sorry.
Which, like, story tugged at your heartstrings the most? This is for everybody. Everybody answer.
Yes, everyone answer, please. Inej being stolen out of her bed and then sold to that one bothered me a lot. And then, because she was taken, she was like kidnapped. And then I think Matthias is just like trying to like break out of everything he's been taught. Like, just seeing him converse with Nina and just like how close-minded he was, and then how he like kind of like tried, just like his internal struggle with it, I felt was really like.
Can we just talk about the fact that like I listen to books at work after we close. So I was listening to it like walking around doing projects, and we got to the point where it's like, it was the beginning of the book, and we were talking about Inej's backstory and about her being kidnapped, and I was like, oh God. And so I was listening to that like while I was trying to like multitask, and then like they got to the point where like they shot the dog, and I was like, I did not sign up for this. I was so like, well, what? Why was that necessary to put in there?
I know. It's so bad. Like, I can't handle, like, I can watch movies where people die, but like if there's anything with an animal,
yep, same.
I can't.
Because they're innocent little creatures and they don't deserve that treatment.
Yeah, Nina and Matthias, yeah, for sure.
So I liked Nina Matthias' story. I liked that betrayal with Nina betraying Matthias and then her trying to correct that and not being able to. I really liked that like turmoil. I don't think that like tugged at my heartstrings though. I think mine would be, I definitely felt for Kaz, but because I hadn't gotten connected to him before that, I didn't feel as much. I think Inej and Waylon are probably my tide of being like, how horrible.
When they got into like Kaz's backstory, I was honestly like, okay, get back to the story. I don't care.
Jeez.
I'm so lost.
I like felt bad for him, but I was like more so like, oh, we're finally gonna figure this out. Like I was like more into it, not because I was connected. I just wanted to know, have the information type of thing. But I wasn't like emotionally invested in Kaz.
Yeah, I didn't care about his backstory. I was like, this is boring.
It wasn't boring. That was very intense with his brother.
Yeah, I guess.
He had to put his hands in his brother's body to like. What? How is that not like
I don't
intense?
know. I must have missed that part because
Oh
I
my
was just like,
that's what the whole hands thing's about. Is like because he had to keep his hands in his brother's body for so long, like that's why he can't take the like
wait,
touch.
why did he have to keep it in his brother's body? I missed that.
I think it's to keep frostbitten, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Live show?
Yeah.
Nice.
What,
I need to
why,
go back and reread that.
Why did Cass have to keep his hands in his brother's body?
He used him as a flotation device, so he was.
Flotation
That's
device.
right. Okay.
So they
yes,
were
yes,
on
yes.
the barge with all the dead corpses, and he
Yes.
can't stand the touch of flesh anymore because he spent however many days surrounded
Yes.
by rotting corpses.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
enough to fuck you straight up.
Yes, I do. I very much remember that. Yes. Okay. I was very confused, Hannah, with your description, but like, okay. Yes, I remember that. Can we talk about the
Hold on 1 second.
Snow?
Gabby is saying that earlier she was like, Cass's backstory is not intense or not heart-wrenching. And I was like, what are you talking
You're
about? Okay, go ahead.
So
No.
I can't hear her, right?
It was
that's right.
intense, Haley.
See? Someone else agrees.
Can we
Okay.
talk about the scene where the Grisha were burned and like Nina like has a breakdown pretty much, and like that's when Matthias is like I have no
One more time.
I don't have words. You know what I mean? That like I can't do burns. That's
See,
like
and
my
the
one
part
thing.
bother me that bad. I'm just like,
See, that's like the one thing I can't handle is like people burned. There's just it like makes me nauseous. So that scene really got to me.
I love
And then
Nina.
he's like, I'll help you bury him. I was like,
I love Nina, but I felt she was kind of like a broken record for like a good part of it.
a little hypocritical.
No, like a broken record. Like it was just constantly about like what they did to the Grisha. And it was just like, oh, and I'm like, I get it. They were terrible. It happens. It's a war. Like, move on.
Yeah. Well, it's really interesting how like she gets it to the realization of like what Matthias has been taught his entire life, how she's like, these Grisha should not have powers like this, you know, like with what the drug does. And then Matthias is like, so you understand, like we were taught people should not have powers like you. And she like came to the realization. No, that you didn't like that?
It's still basically calling her unnatural. Because it's a very different thing between being born with those powers and being like medicinally charged.
No, I agree, but I think I liked how they like kind of it's like she understood him a little more.
No.
No? Okay. It's just me.
Because I was like, I understand where he's coming from. He grew up with that ideology. I understand that. I think that's built in with a lot of different religions, is like you grow up with this set of rules and norms, and that's what you know, and that's how you form your other opinions later on in life.
Right.
I understand it. I don't agree with it because I'm like,
no, I don't agree at all.
Because I'm like, you're still saying someone's unnatural for the way they're being born. And I'm like, I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't, it's two different categories in my head. And I'm like,
fair enough.
There still should be like a point where you're like, but they can't help it. They didn't choose to be like this. Like they, you know, like, I don't know.
Did you, when she got locked in the cell, I was like, oh, he's so faking it. I was like, I didn't believe it.
No. Oh my
Oh, I didn't
goodness.
believe it.
I
I
was
didn't
like,
believe it.
oh shit. Because we never really got to see like they kept going back and forth whether or not they're gonna be tender or not to each other. And I was like, oh god, like is this was what happening? And
I had faith. I had faith.
I was freaking out. Oh god. Especially when she was like, I didn't know. I was totally like blind to the point where they were walking down those corridors seeing all the Grisha, and I was like, oh, she's got this. I did not call that he knew who she was
Yeah,
and
me
that he
too.
was doing all that. And I was like shocked. And then when Matthias came in, I was like, oh my god, he betrayed them. I was freaking out so hard. Also, when they were like talking about like that button or whatever, I just like wanted to weep for her because I'm like, don't hurt her.
I know. And then she hurt herself for the good of everyone.
Yes. I mean, it's a worthwhile cause.
Yeah. Would you have done that if you were her?
Yeah.
Me too.
I think like I don't know about you guys. Yeah, see, freaking out. Appropriate response to that.
Oh. Was I the only one that was like, nah, this is nah.
You're just like, I don't know.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I was like, she's not gonna do that.
But he really hated her. Like he really hated her.
He really hated. Well, I was really shocked when, like, at the very beginning, she's like, we gotta go save him. And I'm thinking this is like her husband, her boyfriend, something. And then he like chokes her. And I'm like, I'm having Mockingjay flashbacks here.
Yes.
Did you
That reference.
What?
That reference was amazing.
Mockingjay. I'm having Mockingjay PTSD here.
Oh god. I really liked their dynamic. I liked that it was such a strong hate to love, and I like that.
That is a true hate to love, right
Oh
there.
yeah,
that is a true hate to love, my friend.
We got it. I love that we got to see like even Kaz call him out on it and be like, are you gonna be able to handle this type of thing? Like, because you're too much. Like, I like that we got to see everybody could tell how much they hated each other.
Like, are you gonna get your shit under control?
Yeah. Did you ever think that the money was ever the motivating factor behind all this? I completely forgot about the money.
No.
I think for Jesper.
Because everyone kept saying, like, what I'm going to do with all this money, what I'm going to do with all this money. I think it was for Kaz. I think the money,
But it wasn't for Kaz. His was all for, like, kind of like revenge for his brother.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And then Inej would do anything Kaz would do. And then Nina did it because they got Matthias out. And then Matthias was kind of not blackmailed, but basically. Yeah. He was given an ultimatum pretty much. Yeah. But then towards the end, it turned into like Matthias was doing it for Nina. So I don't know.
So the money factor never really like mattered to me. I want more heist stories though.
Oh my gosh. I haven't read a book like this I don't think I have actually.
It makes me you haven't read Mistborn yet. Trevor kept like connecting it back to Mistborn, being like, think of Kaz as Kel, because it's a heist story, is the first book.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So
Kevin told me I wouldn't like it. Kevin told me I wouldn't like the series. He said I wouldn't be happy with the ending because I'm such an ending girl. Like I put
ending to what book though?
He told me
the end of the third one.
Excuse me.
The end of the third one is so like mind-blowingly brilliant.
Oh, is it? Yeah. He told me I wouldn't like it because I'm so like If it's not wrapped up in a pretty bow, I'm pissed.
I mean, it's not. I wouldn't say it was wrapped up in a bow because it does continue with another set of series or another set of books.
Okay, guys, I'll read Mistborn.
But it's just done so beautifully at the end of the third one.
Is it okay?
Because it's like you have that like
I mean, I guess I got over Kingdom of Ash. Like my heart's still a little broken, but like life went on.
at least like listen to it on the audiobook or something.
Okay.
Because that way it'll go faster. But like it's definitely a heisty story. I would
So you
say
think it's like it's a good audiobook, like one to listen to?
I just think it would be easier for you. I wouldn't say
Okay.
that it's like in a top audiobook or anything like that. I just think it would be easier.
Speaking of audiobooks, what did we think of the audiobook for this one?
Amazing. If you're going to read this book, you have to do it like that. That's so amazing.
Agreed. Absolutely. I not as good as the Illuminae series, because I don't think anything will top the Illuminae series as far as an audiobook, but that is definitely one of my top 5 audiobooks. For sure.
Haley, that is amazing.
Ooh.
Another
my
book-
roommate in college, one of her friends from high school, knew Emma Watson at Brown. Just throw that out there. I'm gonna throw that out there. I semi know Emma Watson from like a different. Just throw that out there.
I think another good heist story, if you're wanting that like heist feel after it, is The Lies of Locke Lamora. It's another heisty, and that one is like
I've heard that's a really good one too.
Well, and that one's the audiobook's fantastic because they do like great accents. And I would say Mistborn is crafted better, but I think I enjoyed Lies of Locke Lamora better, maybe because of the humor in Lies of Locke Lamora. It's very sarcastic and hilarious.
By the way, Haley, Hannah's never watched Stranger Things, so I appreciate that comment. So when I was listening to your reading vlog, you were saying how it was like getting a little saucy, and I was like, oh yes, we're gonna get some heat.
Yeah, I don't remember what that part that was at.
It's probably like when they got naked together to stay warm.
Yes, I do remember that because I just like that we get her antagonizing Matthias because he's so like prim and proper and was not subjected to that, and he hates her too. So I just like loved all of that. Also, I was at work listening to that part, so that felt very saucy to me.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not gonna. I love that. I love that.
She was like, talking about like pushing up against him and stuff like when they were naked. So I'm like, what is happening here? So I would say, again, I have to keep in mind that they're like 16 and 18.
I know.
That is very saucy for a 16 and 18-year-old.
I feel like not a lot of 16-year-olds know how to keep warm like that, though. Like, it's very interesting. Like, well, I don't know. Do 16-year-olds know like how to survive like that? Is that like something that they would know?
I think they know that key factor. I don't think they know anything else, but I think they know that key factor because I think people use that to like hit on people.
That's true. Have you been hit on that way?
No, I'm just saying. It's not what I was getting at. I just think like little 16-year-olds are perverted, and that's what they think about constantly. So that's
very true.
You know,
that is very true. I think we've gone through a lot. Is there any? Okay, let's see. We've gone through the characters, the plot, the ending. What are your theories? You asked me my theories for Crooked Kingdom. I don't think we actually got to you.
Oh, I just hope that we don't have like the separation, because that's like one of my biggest pet peeves is when we get a group of characters and then they split in the second book, and I'm like, just stay together.
I know, but I feel like it's the last
You'll lose
one.
something.
It's a duology. They can't like split that much, can they?
Yeah, but they can split in the middle and come back halfway through.
Yeah,
I just like lose the
it is-
dynamic. When you don't have
it
them
is
together.
quite chunkier. Ooh.
Is it? Is it that much bigger?
A little bit more. Let's see. I mean, I already know how it ends, so I don't care about being spoiled. It is
500 some.
536. And this one is 462.
I love
462.
So pretty.
I know I'm really sad I didn't get that one. I thought I did, and I screwed up and got the paperback. It's okay. They're still really pretty. I realized though, like my cover, my letters are red.
I think that's because you don't have like the cool pages.
Yeah.
I like the white better though, because I think you can see it better.
I agree. Sorry, my camera's like it's opposite.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crooked Kingdom's like almost 100 pages more.
Whoa, it really does look that. That's crazy.
It's like 80 pages. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see.
I really hope they don't.
I'm really excited. I know.
What
did Trevor say with Crooked Kingdom? Did he like it?
Yeah,
I know they're so gorgeous.
But like he is not very critical of books, so.
I know he really liked Scythe. Oh my god, that's the worst book ever written.
Trevor's yelling at me from the other room. He said, "I can hear you, asshat," because I said he's not very critical of other books.
Tell him Scythe sucks.
Gabby says Scythe sucks.
You both suck.
2 against 1. You're wrong.
Also, I'm pretty sure that that's the next Barnes Noble book club pick. I have a hint that is. Haley also
Thank
says
you,
Scythe really
Haley.
sucks.
Well, at least you've already read it, so you're off the hook for a month.
I'm still trying to pawn it off to someone else because I'm like, I do not want to go through that
Because you're
again.
not going to have any like good things to say.
Well, I mean, I have no problem just bitching about a book, so.
Sometimes that makes the best reviews.
Yeah. Well, I think this is pretty much covering everything. Do you have any other final thoughts? I'm so excited for Crooked Kingdom.
I know, me too. Have you already started it?
No, I was not letting myself start it because I didn't want to get into spoilers.
I know. I wanted to start it during Dewey's readathon.
I saw the thumbnail and I was like, she cannot start it because she will spoil me.
But I ended up reading all of
Capturing the Devil.
Yes, I forgot the name for a second. Yeah. I read that entire book in one day. It's so freaking good. Have you finished it yet?
No.
Oh my god, Hannah.
I haven't read anything in like a week. It's been horrible.
It's okay.
I
haven't read anything since Dewey's either.
So that is going to be all for this live show. Next month will obviously be Crooked Kingdom, and I can't wait to discuss it with you guys. That'll be over on Gabby's channel.
Mm-hmm. And then I just realized we don't have anything after that. Because can you believe we're almost done with the Grishaverse? I
know. The fact that we had started off this year not reading any Leigh Bardugo at all, and now we're going to be going on our 5th book this year is crazy.
I don't think I want to read King of Scars.
I don't think I don't know.
Do you want to?
Not for book club anyway.
No, I'd be okay if it's not a Muggles study. But so Sarah J. Maas doesn't have any books coming out. We can do Capturing the Devil. We can do Capturing the Devil because we did Escaping from Houdini.
I know, but like you already finished it, and like I'll read
it again.
No, we should pick another one.
Okay.
Let us know if you guys have any suggestions.
Yeah, because
Interesting.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't know
trying to think of
any.
any other books that we've like not read that we missed the hype on.
Let's see. I wonder if anyone's said anything on our Goodreads.
And you guys can always tweet us and let us know what we should read. Maybe we'll do a poll there or something. To figure out what our
But
favorite
I mean,
is.
it's just been so long because we didn't have to like think of anything. It was so easy.
Yeah. We will definitely have a book for you guys next live show, which will be over on Gabby's channel too.
Yes. Questions and suggestions. Nothing there.
Haley, The Capturing the Devil is really good. I highly recommend getting to it soon because I was a little standoffish because I didn't love Escaping from Houdini, but
it's
you
the best
definitely
one.
have like the feels of the first book.
It is the best one in my opinion of the series. I
really like it, but like I fell in love with Daciana, the sister, Thomas's sister, and so I like.
How far are you?
I like the whole. I'm like 300 pages in, so I already know she's in this book too.
I was gonna say she comes back.
I know, but like I liked that like we get to see like her beginnings and like everything that happens in that entire book just makes me so happy.
Yes, you only have like 100 pages left. You're almost.
I know.
Done.
I know.
You're almost done. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I feel that, Haley.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to read everything.
All right. Leave us a comment or tweet us if you have any ideas, and we will see you guys in our next live show. Bye, guys.
Bye.